going on, everybody? Today I am making chicken and dumpling, homemade. And let me just show you the ingredients that I used. You're not able to see it, of course, but I used black pepper, some thyme, some garlic. Okay, so I just seen someone else on YouTube. I think his name is Philly Boy. If I'm mistaken, I apologize, but he uses turmeric. So I'm going to try turmeric. It is literally for the color. I got some parsley. I got some garlic and parsley, but I'm really just not going to use that because I already got garlic and I already got my parsley, so I don't really need that. I got some chicken stock. I have an onion, and sour cream. Also, I'm going to try with the rest of the sour cream that I had from last week. I got that from Philly Boy too, so I'm going to add that into my chicken and dumpling. What you're going to need is an onion, some bay leaves, some celery sticks. Guys, I made a mistake and forgot my carrots. However, I'm not going to let that deter me because I do have frozen carrots in the refrigerator. I'm just going to add that really late in the game. And also, you're going to need some peas, sweet peas. So, that's all the ingredients you will need. And you need flour for your dough. So, this is all the ingredients that you're going to need. You also need some chicken bouillon, which I have right here. So, that's for the flavor as well. So, everything that I just showed you guys is what you need for your chicken and dumpling. Now, what I am about to do right now is chop up, let me move that out the way. I am going to chop up my celery, okay? I also have chicken breasts that I'll show you in a minute that are boiling right now on the stove, but I'll show you in a minute. So what I'm going to do is just dice these nice and fine into little dices. I had a busy weekend, guys. My kids keep me busy. My daughter broke her phone. I had to take it to Apple to get fixed. That was $100, but I didn't pay for it. She did with her little money that she got from the community, because I'm not fixing her phone no more. She's too old. My youngest don't ever break their phone. She's always breaking hers. So this trip, she's paying for herself. So as you can see, these are the little dices of the celery. I got more. So what I did, let me just show you really quick. I started out with this, but what I did was cut this around into 3 long pieces so I could have dices like as such, okay? And then I went across. So I had did a couple before I started recording, so that's why most of them are diced already. But yeah, we're just going to cut these into small dices as so. And again, I will be cutting my you would do the carrots in round circles. I'll show you. But again, I have frozen ones, which thank God, because I would have been very upset had I got all the way home and didn't have any carrots. Like, I'm upset that I didn't have any chicken bouillon. But Qua's gonna take care of that because she's on her way home. So she's gonna bring me some extras in case I need it. So I'm not worrying about that. Okay, so once these are diced, now my grandmother made this. Of course, I'm talking about old Daisy. I love my grandma and I miss her, so if I talk about her too much, I'm sorry that y'all didn't have the grandma that I had. She was tough, rough around the edges, but she meant well and she did a lot for us, so I'm truly grateful for that. I'm also going to dice up my onions. People have different ways of dicing. This is how I dice mine. You don't have to follow the way I do mine. It just works for me. And as you can see, they are diced up in little squares as such. And that is what we're doing for our onions. All right. Again, you would be chopping up carrots as well, but let me just show you guys, because again, I freaked up and didn't get carrots, but I did have some. So you want your carrots to be in a circle like this, okay? Again, I don't need that right now because they're already done. Like, you know, they don't really need to cook that much. I don't need to cut them up. So this is what it's looking like right now. Let me show you my boiled chicken right now. Okay, guys, this is the 3 boiled breasts chicken breasts that I had. I am going to boil that. I'm gonna boil that. You see all the white residue in the pan? You want to get a spoon and get all that out of there. But this is really your stock. Add it with the chicken stock, but you're going to remove this chicken once it's done, and then you're going to add your vegetables to it. So again, I just wanted to show you guys. So give me a second. I'll show you how it looks once it's done. Okay, so now we're going to do our dumpling. In a bowl, I am going to do 2 cups of flour. This is 1. 2, not quite 2, but we're gonna get it to 2. I am going to do 3 tablespoons of baking soda, baking soda powder, whatever. We're doing 1, 2, 3. I am doing a teaspoon of salt. I'm not filling, this is a tablespoon. So we're doing a teaspoon. Of course, y'all, I still haven't gotten no measuring cups. No measuring spoons, cups. I'm terrible. But I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it there. I just keep forgetting, to tell you the truth. And some parsley. That's for the look of it. I'm going to do some parsley. Just so it looks nice. And I am going to mix this around perfectly even. I want to make sure everything is in here. I want some more parsley. Put some more parsley in here. I'll see. Okay. I think that should be enough. Okay. Make sure everything gets in here. Okay, so once I've stirred this up nice and right, and everything kind of stirred it, okay? It's all in here, nice and evenly. Once I've done that, I am now going to have some butter and some milk. Stick of butter and about, I don't know, 3/4 milk, maybe. I don't know. I think so. Yeah, about this much. I don't know. Wait. I think I better put a little in here. Yeah, about this. That's 3/4. Y'all, I'm telling you, I'm terrible with the measurements. This is not the best way to be teaching y'all how to make something. But I'm going to get it together. I promise you. I'm going to get it together. So we are doing a stick of butter. I am going to put this in a microwave and let it melt. I want this to melt, okay? I'm going to put it in a microwave for about 30 seconds and then we're going to see what it looks like. Okay, guys, here it is melted. I'm just going to stir this around. It actually took a minute for this butter to melt, so scratch that 30-second crap. It took like a minute. So you want this to be really in here. Stir it until it is truly together, all mixed in. All right, once that's done, you are going to add this into your flour, okay? Stirring as you go along. This is your dumplings, guys. You don't want to overdo it. Like, you want to make a nice paste, but you don't want to over stir. You don't want it to be mushy either, because you can mess this up. But look at how it's looking. This is how you want it to look. This is how you want it to look, honey. Okay? That's it. You ain't gonna do too much to this. Once you do this, though, you're gonna sit this in the refrigerator and let this cool off. Because this is your dumplings. That's your dumplings right here. Alright, so I'm going to sit this in the refrigerator while I do the rest of my stuff, okay? That's what it's looking like. Okay, guys. As I was saying about the chicken. Now, some people don't they boil their chicken without the bone. I like the bone because it's more flavor in the bone. I'm going to take the bones out, of course, once I shred my meat up. You don't want to overcook this. This is about done. I just wanted to show you what it's looking like. Again, you don't want to overcook this. So it is nice and boiled. What I'm going to do, though, is take these little, I didn't have a lot, but whatever you can muster up to take out of there, you want to do that, okay? You want to kind of try to leave your broth looking good. So what I'm doing now, sorry guys, that was my garbage can, the top. I'm just taking that out. I'm so glad this garbage can is right next to the stove. But I'm taking that part out as much as I possibly can. I don't have a lot. And I probably want to associate that with how I clean my chicken. Again, guys, I clean my chicken with lemon. And I clean the crap out of my chicken because it needs to be. You don't know what that chicken goes through. So I don't really have a lot. So we're going to remove this out of here. But we're going to leave this because if you notice all this is broth, honey. Broth. Let me see. Yeah, I don't have a lot of gook, which is a good thing. So I can keep this right on the way it is, okay? So I'm going to remove this and add my vegetables. At this point, I emptied out my chicken, but I kept my broth. Now, I added my onion, my celery. I added some pepper. I wanted y'all to see what I added because I really didn't get a chance to put it in while I was doing it. But I put in some thyme, some pepper. I put a little more salt and some garlic powder. So I'm just going to mix that all together. I'm going to wait about 5 minutes, and then I'll add those frozen carrots, okay? As you can see, it's not a lot of water in here. You don't need a lot of water because you're going to add some broth. And I added a little less water to mine only because when I add my carrots, they're going to produce water because they're frozen. So I kept all that in mind, okay? As y'all can see, the flavors, and you can literally see what is given here. When this actually is done, I'm going to show you the finishing, how it looks. This is the broth. This is what you're going to add your chicken to. Now I'm letting my chicken cool off for a little while before I shred it up. But yeah, this is the gravy now that we're making for the chicken and dumplings. I forgot to show y'all the chicken bouillon. Actually, yeah, the chicken bouillon, as you can see that in there, and the bay leaves. I forgot to, I almost forgot to add those, but I just added that as well. So yeah, we're gonna let this go into a nice little boil, and I'm gonna spread that out some, like break that apart. There we go. You know, break that apart. So yeah, this is the flavors that you need. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys, I waited about, I don't even think I made it a whole 5 minutes. I probably waited about 3.5, 4. And then I added my carrots. So this is what the carrots look like. Again, it would be better if you cut up carrots, but all the same, it's still a beautiful mix. Now, I did add some chicken bouillon as well with everything. So I'm going to let this go ahead and boil. I'm going to give my celery enough time to cook. And once I'm done, what is that big old, oh, that's the bay leaf. Once I'm done, once this is boiled, I'm going to remove those bay leaves out of there. And then we'll add our, I guess, cream to thicken this up, okay? Give me a minute. So we have our chicken here. As you can see, it has the bone. I'm going to take the bone off, but, you know, I like to cook it with the bone. So we're just going to shred this chicken as so. Like, you want it shredded because this is what's going to go into your meat, you know. So you kind of want to cut. You don't want to cut against the grain because you want it kind of shredded. So you want to cut alongside of the grain. I guess that's what you want to say. I don't know. But again, you want it shredded. And you want it to be shredded like this. Okay? So you're just going to get all that meat off the bone. Cut through it as so. Because I have the bone, I'm just going to pick mine apart. It's nice and tender anyway. So I could just literally shred it off the bone. So make sure your hands is clean. You want to wash your hands every time you do one thing. Every time you do the next thing, wash your hands. Wash your hands. Because people eating this food. And you don't need them eating food from nasty hands. That's disgusting. I would do gloves, but I need to feel my food. And I can't feel it that well with gloves on. So maybe if I become more professional, you know, be forced to wear gloves. But again, you want to shred this meat right off the bone, leaving it bare like that. You get rid of that. You don't need that. Ooh, ooh, Jesus. Sorry, guys. I can't pick that up right now. But guess what I got? Her back up. So I'm just going to continue doing what I'm doing, shredding that meat right off the bone. I'll pick that up in a second and wash that, but I don't need it. I'm good. Okay, so we want all this meat up off of here. I had to be a little more careful. I be moving fast, and when you move fast, you make mistakes like that. So again, we're shredding this up. We're just shredding that right on up. You see how it's shredding? That's what you want. You want that chicken to just shred right on off. Right on off the bone. As you can see, it ain't taking me no time to do this because the meat is nice and tender. Don't overcook your meat. You don't want it tough. You just want it tender. Leaving it boneless. Okay? I'm just going to scoop that to the side. And this is my last one. again, as you can see how this chicken is spread, and I mean shredding. That's what you want, because this is what is going to be in your broth later on, okay? And I'm just going to continue to do this, and I'll be back. Okay guys, I have finished shredding my chicken, and once it is done, it will look like that, nice and shredded. I'm going to shred it a little more, just to, you know, because I'm particular. I'm a pain in the butt when it comes to cooking. I just like, I don't know, I'm not going to say perfection, because nothing is perfect. It's really to your tastings. But I kind of just like to do things the right way. See? You see that's a big old chunk I missed? See, I have to shred it. You got to just pay attention, because you don't really want no big chunks of meat in there. Your chicken and dumpling, the chicken should be shredded. Look, I missed another piece. So I'm glad I am looking through it again, so that I can make sure everything is shredded. So I'm going to continue to look through to make sure I didn't miss no shredded pieces. And I'll be back to show you my broth. Okay, so now I'm going to add my my little, I guess, cream or whatever to make the broth thick. Now, again, I got this little bit from, I think his name is Philly Boy. He adds sour cream. I didn't have a whole pint, so I'm just going to do a little bit and see what it gives, okay? I'm also going to do about 5 teaspoons of flour. Tablespoons, not teaspoons. I'm sorry. I'm going to, you know, because I want this to thicken up. This right here is going to thicken up my broth that I have sitting here. Okay, and then I'm going to add, oh, and he added turmeric. I am going to add some turmeric for color. I ain't gonna do a lot because I'm scared. So this is what I did. Because I don't know what it's going to taste like. I don't need nothing tasting like turmeric. I'm just trying this. This is something new that I'm trying myself. Okay, so then I'm going to add a cup of water. And as I'm adding, I'm stirring. Now, he did say you want to make sure that sour cream is nice and stirred in really good. He said because, you know, sour cream don't mix with heat. And if it's not stirred in good, it will ball up. So I want to make sure I get this stirred in really, really good. He said this could take like 3 to 4 minutes. So I'm not going to sit here and let y'all watch me do this. I'm going to stir all this up and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay. I am finished stirring. It's nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. This is what you want. And it has like a little orangey, maybe yellowish look. I guess that's from the turmeric. Again, I didn't use a lot of turmeric, guys. Maybe I should have used more. I don't know. I've never tried this. This right here is new. I would usually add heavy cream to mine. And I'm still going to put a little bit of it in there. But I'm going to add this to my mixture. But before I do that, guys, I just want to show you what my broth is looking like before I add this in. This is right here. It's going to thicken that broth up. This is what my broth is looking like right about now. As you can see, I am going to remove these bay leaves at this moment. I no longer need them. It has served its purpose. Wait, oh God. Ooh. I am removing bay leaves. I think I had 3 in here. Yep, the last one. I am removing them, okay? And now after that, I am going to add my cream mixture to it. Okay, guys, this is now after I have added that mixture to it. As you can see, it is already getting thick, nice and thick. I'm going to let this simmer a little while. And now I'm going to add my peas, okay? Alright, what you see right there is my heavy cream. I added just a little bit. And I added my peas. Now, this is what my chicken and dumpling is. And I'm going to just let this cook before I start to add my meat and my dumplings. I'm going to add my dumplings first. As soon as this gets a nice boil to it, nice small boil, I'm going to add my dumplings to it. And then after that, I'll add my meat, because my meat is pretty much cooked. So once my dumplings get added and rises to the top, then I can add my meat. But guys, as you can see, this is already getting nice and thick. And this is my chicken and dumplings, guys. I know I probably ain't make it like grandma. Let me stop competing with grandma and do it BB style. So this is my chicken and dumplings. And I'll be adding my dumplings soon. Alright? Peace. Okay, so I got my broth. I got my chicken. And now here are my dumplings. I have cooled these babies down. And I am now going to make little balls to go into my broth. Little, because they are going to expand, guys, and you want it to cook all the way through, so you want to make them little balls such as so, because they're going to get bigger and be bigger balls. You don't want big balls, so let's just make them small to begin with and let them expand. So I'm gonna make a lot of these. I'm actually gonna make this whole thing. And then I'm going to add that to my broth. This recipe is very simple. It takes time to prep and everything, but it's simple. As y'all can see, this is kind of what I love to do, especially on a Sunday. I may not cook too much during the week, but on Sundays, I have to cook. It's just, I have to. My kids depend on it, actually. If I didn't, they would be like, Mom, you're not cooking? I mean, it's some Sundays I don't cook, you know, depending on what's going on. I might not be able to cook, but I try to make it my business to cook. Y'all, we went to a family cookout yesterday. I'm done with cookouts. Not because of the pandemic, because we do our social distancing. We keep our masks on. It's not a big crowd. It's just, you know, they're very small little gatherings for me and my family. But I'm done with cookouts because it's too damn hot, and I got bit up by a lot of mosquitoes, and I ain't with that. I ain't with that at all. When you are having a cookout in your backyard, everybody, fumigate. It don't cost a lot. Like, seriously, you can fumigate. And at least an hour before guests are coming. It's only right. Get them damn mosquitoes out of here. So I made a point that, and my kids don't like going outside anyway. I ain't gonna even lie. I be making them go to cookouts and come outside, because I don't want them to be little hermits. But they don't like it. They really don't. You should see their faces. It's embarrassing, you know, because I be having me a couple of drinks, so I'm gonna make a good time out of nothing. But my kids be like, you could have left us home. So we made a deal yesterday. We got some things straightened out. And they came to the consistency like, next time you go to a cookout, just bring us some food back. We good. You can leave us right where we at. I said, no problem. Okay? But I'm done with cookouts too. If you don't fumigate, if it's bugs and crap and not a comfortable situation, I'm not doing it. I can even deal with a little bit of the heat. I can't deal with bugs flying all over the place. And I can't deal with bad food. That's another thing. I ain't gonna talk about the food because my cousin might watch this and I don't want her feelings, but I think I said it right. Anyway, I'm just making the balls to put up in my... I'm terrible. I know I am. And I'll show you what they're looking like once I put them in there, okay, guys? Let me wipe my hands so I can stop this. Okay, guys, I have added my balls, and like I was telling you, you wanna be careful because they are very, very delicate. But when, like I said, oh shit, see how I just broke one up? But they are rising to the top. That's what you want. And once they rise to the top, you want to just slowly turn them over. I got to get off the phone so I can take my time and do this. I got a lot of bowls here. But this is what they're looking like. The small, you know, you see how small they were? But this is what they're looking like as they are cooking. So I'm going to turn this over and then I'm going to add my chicken. And I'll be back. Hey guys, this is my chicken and dumplings. I am letting it simmer a little more. As you can see, it came together pretty well. Wait now. You got to be very careful when you are messing with this because you can tear these things apart really easy. They still have to cook so that everything gets cooked on the inside. But I'm letting everything just simmer. It's nice and thick, as you can see. And guys, my chicken and dumplings. I'm going to let this cook some more because as you can see, it's still not done. It needs to cook. I'm putting it on low and letting it do what it do. My chicken and dumplings. If you like what you see, like, share, and subscribe. Peace. Alright guys, this is it right here, honey. Ooh, look at all that. Look at all that goodness. Let me tell y'all something. I already tasted it. And when I say it is delish. Delish. So, might not taste like grandma's, but I think I came damn near close. Whoever had Daisy's chicken and dumpling, will you agree? What it's looking like? What it looking like? What it looking like? There it is. My chicken and dumplings. Chicken and dumplings. Oh, how I love them. Peace, y'all.